All right. Hello, ladies. Hello, hello. I am coming to you from my she shed. And so I am getting some work done today, but I thought, oh, you know what? I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you are using more than just a cleanser and a moisturizer, right? A lot of times we're like, okay, I got that covered. But if you're going to introduce like a serum or a supplement, or if you're going to introduce something else, you're like, what order am I supposed to use this stuff in? Like, how does all this work, right? And so that's something that I wanted to share with you guys today. So just some quick, easy, simple tips for it. So typically, our cleansers are a larger size. A lot of times the cleanser is a larger tube, okay, larger container. So if you think of your cleanser, and then your moisturizer, those are typically going to be your bookends, okay? And everything else, with the exception of like foundation and foundation primer, everything else is going to get put in between your cleanser and your moisturizer, all right? So with that, okay, what am I supposed to do? Well, first of all, you typically want to take off anything that you have on before you start your skincare. So like our oil-free eye makeup remover, is amazing. It takes everything off. Does not matter if it's waterproof or whatever. It just wipes it off with ease. And it conditions and moisturizes, cleanses, conditions, moisturizes your lashes. So just like your hair, you want them clean, but you also want it conditioned so it doesn't get brittle and break. Same thing with your lashes too. So it cleans it, but it also conditions it too. So we have our oil-free eye makeup remover. We also have for your skin to take off foundation, dirt, pollution, whatever's on there. Because if you're not wearing foundation, then you're wearing one of the others. Okay, so foundation actually protects your skin. Don't be afraid of foundation. It's actually a good thing. It will make your skincare work better and more effectively for you than not. But we have micellar water. And so micellar water is, actually here, I do have that sitting right here. And the oil-free eye makeup remover is the same size bottle. So it's about 5 ounces, a pretty big one. But micellar water. So this takes everything off your skin and allows your skincare to work better because you're starting with a clean face. Just like you typically want to vacuum first before you mop, right? And so in that same thought process, you are really just taking everything off so that you can do a much better job with the next step that you're going to do. Okay, so those are going to be a little bit outside your bookends because you want to remove everything before you start your skincare. Okay, so you have your cleanser. Then what do you do after your cleanser? Well, if you are a little bit of a skincare junkie like I am, okay, I will tell you the whole shebang. So you want to do after you clean your skin, if you do use a separate toner, we have a great botanicals toner. If you just like that little extra, or if you are more acne prone, we have a clear proof toner. You would apply the toner for the next step, okay? Otherwise, most of you are using one of our other lines that have the toner built into the skincare, and so you don't need to worry about that. But I know some girls do like that little extra step of actually taking it and applying it, and that's fine too. So once you cleanse and tone, your next step is going to be to exfoliate. So if you, now that doesn't mean you're exfoliating all the time every day, but if it is a night for you to exfoliate, then you're going to want to do that next. So that might look something like our naturally exfoliating powder. It might look, which I have to tell you guys, we use this stuff for more than just exfoliating. Oh my gosh, it's great dry shampoo. You can exfoliate your body with this. It really just helps to take off all the dead dry skin, make it feel like a baby's bottom. I love this stuff, and it's natural. It has like cornstarch in there and just a whole bunch of ingredients that you can read. So this is actually a naturally lime that is Cosmos certified as well too, which is a big deal in the natural industry, okay, natural beauty industry. So exfoliating powder could be one. Your microdermabrasion, most of you guys have been exposed to that at some point or another because I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite products. Our microderm Refine, this is the one that's almost like a scrub. Feels like you're scrubbing sand on your face. So it feels good and just gets off all the junk. So this would be another exfoliator. Another one that you might have tried is our glycolic acid peel, facial peel. And it's not a peel like you peel off. It's it's like a serum, basically, like you put on your face. You let it on for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then you just wash it off, do it a couple times a week, and you're good to go. So this takes off all the dead, dry skin. And by exfoliating, it allows your skincare to work better and more effectively for you, instead of like having to fight through all those dead layers to try and get down through to be able to allow your skincare for anti-aging, moisturizing, those types of things to do its job. Okay, so it just kind of is like, we'll see, this is like the janitor. It takes out all the trash, right? All the dead skin. So that's another one. And then we just have a new serum that just hit the market. And this is the Mary Kay Clinical Solutions. It's called, I'll just use the short term for it. It's called the Resurfacer. And I absolutely love this. So you typically would not use all of these things together at one time. You can use them throughout the week, okay? Like every other day, do a different thing. But you don't want to necessarily use them back to back to back on the same night, nor do you want to do that every day. So one of the things with the new Resurfacer is, if you haven't gotten a chance to watch the video that myself and my Offspring sales director, Lindsay Morin, who did a phenomenal job just educating and talking a little bit about it for the different steps and I should say the different new spring products. She did an awesome job with that. But if you haven't gotten a chance to watch that one yet, then I'll tell you really quick about it. So the Resurfacer, we have four of these now. So 4 different serums that do different things. If you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I need all of those serums because I need all of that done, a brightener, there's a fine line reducer, there's a hydrator, there's a resurfacer, so which is all about resurfacing your skin and just creating a better texture. If you're like, I need all of that, then you actually want to try our retinol set, which is going to have all of that together for like all of those concerns. It addresses all of that. And that's actually, this is going to be a better cup of tea for you. So this does everything with that. But if you are expecting, or if you're nursing or whatever, and you're not able to use the retinol, right, because you do not want to use retinol when you're pregnant or nursing, then you're kind of like, well, what else am I supposed to use? Enter the Resurfacer. I'm so excited. So the Resurfacer is really similar to what you might find with the other exfoliators, but it's just a different type of experience. So the thing that I like about the Resurfacer is that you can just put this on right after you cleanse. It is a like a gel serum, and you just let it dry for like 2 seconds before you go on to your next step, and it does this thing while you sleep. Like, I don't even have to go back and wash it off. I don't have to babysit it. I just finish with my routine and go to bed. So you do want to make sure that you're using the Resurfacer at night, because it is exfoliating. You don't want to have that happen during the day. But, and I still do use my peel. I still do use my microderm. But I do like the Resurfacer, because when I'm like, oh crap, I forgot, or I just want something quick and easy, I can throw this on and go to bed with it. So let me jump back to the retinol real quick. So this is actually going to give you multiple benefits. If you are not nursing or pregnant, then this is going to give you multiple benefits. And this is something that comes with instructions in there. There's actually a tracking booklet in here, as far as so you know exactly where you're at in the retinization process. Because just like if you guys have ever walked or ran or did races or whatever, you don't just sign up, most people, and you shouldn't just sign up for a marathon and be like, oh great, it's tomorrow, let's do a marathon, let's run 26.2 miles, let's see how this goes, right? So just like you don't do that, because that's not the best for your body, you don't just start throwing this on your skin and like, doing it. So there's a process to retinizing, just like there's a process to training your body for a marathon, right? You start walking first, then you start jogging and walking, then you start jogging, then you start your distance training, right? Like all of that, there's this process for it. And so in that regard, this stuff is amazing. I just have not been able to use it yet, though, because of being pregnant with Gracie and then nursing and then getting pregnant again. And so I am like itching at the bit to try this, but I will try this. It'll just be a hot minute yet before I can use it. So, but this addresses any type of fine lines and wrinkles, any type of skin texture, any type of unevenness with the skin tone. What am I missing? It does, you may go through, you probably will go through a period where your skin is flaky or dry or red, or it seems to get worse before it gets better. So just keep that in mind for the retinol. But there is a facial calming milk, which makes it really, really awesome in the sense that it helps to kind of tone down all of those side effects that you might have initially, right? Kind of like when you start walking and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you start doing a little bit more and you're like, oh my gosh, where are these muscles even coming from? Like, how do I have muscles here, right, that are sore? So the same thing, this helps to kind of stop that those side effects from happening, just because it gives that extra boost in the soothing and the cooling and all that stuff. It just gives a boost. So it's a facial milk that helps to calm and restore. Okay, so there's instructions in here. I can help walk you through that and stuff, but the retinol is definitely the gold standard for skincare. And I have to say that I am super excited to try this. All my girlfriends have tried this and been raving about it, and I just haven't, and that's okay. But definitely something to consider if you have multiple issues with your skin, to introduce this into your Mary Kay skincare. So this by itself is okay, but you want to make sure that you're really implementing this in with your Mary Kay skincare, because they're designed to all work together to really give you that boost. Okay, and the other thing is this. Did you know? And this is totally side note of order of application, but there are actually different types of retinol. So one of my girlfriends can't use one of the retinols that we have in our repair line in our night cream. So it's encapsulated, which is basically just a time release, and that is one type of retinol, but she can use this. So just know that if you do have like a retinol sensitivity or allergy to it, that without actually trying that particular type of it, you may not really know if you can or can't use it. Okay, and that's usually pretty rare, but we all have our own skin types and issues and allergies and all that stuff, right? So I just want to put that out there. So if you've ever tried something with retinol in, you may or may not be able to use other types because they are all different. Okay, so that is the retinol, definitely the gold standard. But I wanted to share these boosters with you because I am so excited about them. Maybe you have a retinol allergy, right? Maybe you can't use the retinol. So these are another great alternative for you being able to use that. All right, so this is the resurfacer. So moving on, then. So we talked about cleanse. If you're going to do an extra toner, that goes in there. We talked about exfoliation. The exfoliation types that I showed you are not an every day, twice a day, nothing like that. It's usually like every other day, a couple times a week, okay? So that's going to be your exfoliation. And let's say you're like, okay, check, did that. What's my next step? Well, if you want to do a mask, then you would do your mask at that point. So we have some really awesome masks. We have the charcoal mask. You may have tried that before. This is just all about like detoxing, declogging your skin. Love this stuff. Smells really good. Smells amazing. Does have a little bit of like menthol in there, so it has a really cool calming effect. Has navy bean extract, which helps to brighten and even your skin tone. Has the charcoal in there, which helps to suck out all the impurities. You can see breakouts and blackheads and stuff like that. It is so gross, but at least you know that it's working. It is really, really good stuff. So love this. And then we have a moisture renewing gel mask, and this is really good because sometimes the charcoal can really dry out your skin. So this is nice to apply right after. You can actually sleep in this one. I love this one. I call this my lazy mom hack. And I like it because I can just, if I'm just, you know how sometimes you just have one of those days and you're just like, ugh. So you wash your face, you brush your teeth, you throw this on, maybe a little eye cream, and you go to bed. You can sleep in this, and it helps to balance out your skin. So if you're really, really, really dry, it will give you that moisture boost. If you're really, 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 really oily, it gives you enough moisture to make you less oily the next day. Okay? So love this. And if you're somewhere in between, it just gives you the moisture that you need, and you're good. Absolutely love this. And then there is a limited edition. This is a pink clay mask. So if you feel like the charcoal mask is just a little bit too dry, or you don't necessarily need the like the declogging of your pores and stuff, because maybe more drier skin, and so you don't actually have issues with the pores like some of the combination of oilier girls do, then the pink clay mask is a little bit more gentle, and it smells really good. It has plumeria in there. And this is a great alternative that works really, really well. So there's another fun mask for you. And I forgot to mention, maybe you have multi-masking, right? So maybe you want to do a little bit of your charcoal where your pores are. Maybe you want to kind of just give a relaxing experience for the other places, and maybe for any dry patches, you want to do the moisture renewing gel mask, and that's fine too. We do multi-masking, so you can actually use a couple different masks all over your face, okay? And you would just do that all at one time, and then give yourself like 10-15 minutes, and then just wash it off. Another thing that you could do is the biocellulose mask. This is a lifting mask. A year or two ago, I believe, maybe it was a little bit longer than that, it was big on Amazon, big all over the world. The Korean face masks is really what this is. And this will like lift and tone and so many good things. And it was kind of, think of it almost like when you have a really special occasion coming up, whether it's like a high school reunion or a wedding or something that you want to look your best for because there's pictures or you're going to impress or whatever, right? Then you would use these. They come in a box of 4, and you would use them twice a week leading up to your event. So twice a week for 2 weeks leading up to your event, and your skin looks amazing. So use this with your Mary Kay skincare, but it's a great like booster to be able to really up your ante for your skin. Okay, so that's another fun thing. So we talked about cleansing, we talked about exfoliating, we talked about your masks. So at that point, let's say you're a skincare junkie like I am, and you're like, okay, well, what comes next? I have all these products sitting here, right? What do I do? Well, then at that point, you're going to focus on your boosters, your other boosters that we have. Remember, I talked about one for brightening your skin, one for anti-aging, like your fine lines and wrinkles, and one for a moisture boost. You're going to use those at that point. And the boosters are not designed to all be used together, like all in one shot, okay? So message me if you have questions about that. I just want to kind of give a blanket statement. I am using all the boosters because I can't use the retinol right now in my life, but there's a more of like a specific, there's certain ones that don't play well together, and so you want to make sure you have like da-da and da-da in the morning and da-da and da-da in the evening. So I can customize that for you if that's a concern, but I know I'm kind of the freak on that situation. But I begged Mary Kay. We went to leadership in Nashville, and I had said to them, I'm like, okay, but I'm pregnant, and then I'm going to be nursing, and I still can't use this stinking retinol for like another how long? Like, tell me how to use these boosters together to be able to get, you know, hopefully a little bit better results. You know, I know it's probably not going to be the same as what retinol is, but to be able to use these all together to be able to get those benefits. So they were helping me like work through that. So there is a specific process. If you need that process, I will help you. But just know that generically, you do not use all the boosters together at one time. There's more of a specific formula. So if you have boosters, you're going to use your boosters, okay? After your boosters is when you're going to use your serums and supplements. So that might be like your lifting serum, your replenishing serum, C and E, which has the vitamins in there, your pore minimizer, your tone correcting serum, okay? And you might think like, okay, so let's say I have all of them, like me. So you have all of them and you're like, what order do I do them in? Okay, so a great, just kind of a catch-all, a great thought process with that is when you look at your serums and you try them, you want to start with your most, I want to say your wateriest. Is that even a word? I don't think so. Your thinnest. You want to start with your thinnest serum or whatever you're using and work up to your thickest. Okay. So like your lifting serum is definitely going to be your thickest one. And from these, you can kind of see. So like I might do like your pore minimizer and then your replenishing serum E, C, and E, and then your tone correcting serum. They're kind of all about that same consistency, but your lifting serum is definitely a little bit thicker. So you're definitely going to use this one last, your lifting serum, and the other ones you're going to use before that because these are thinner, this is thicker, okay? So then once you have your serums and supplements, And a little side note, the reason that you do your boosters before you do your serums is because this helps to boost whatever you're putting on next. Okay, that's why they call them boosters. So the boosters by themselves don't really do a whole lot, but when you partner them with the serum, then it helps to boost those results. Does that make sense? So boosters. Okay, so then you're like, okay, I got all that. That looks good. Now what? So then you could do your moisturizer. Okay, now here's a thought process. We have been doing, I got this from one of my girlfriends, and she does. Now you have to know your skin, and you kind of have to, play around with it because this doesn't work for everybody. This is just what works for my skin, and I've been doing. I love it. So I will use like a lot of times a couple exfoliants back to back, and I'll do it maybe like once every 2 weeks, back to back. So I'll scrub first, and then I'll do the peel, and then maybe after that I will do the charcoal mask. And if I have time after that, I'll do the moisture renewing gel mask. So that's a lot of exfoliation happening like within an hour time frame. I'm usually doing it when I'm doing other stuff. I'm doing the laundry, I'm cooking, whatever. And I'm like, hey, Google, set a timer for, and so I'll just go in, I'll wash it off, and then I'll put the next step on. And then I'll, do my thing, and then I'll go back in, set the timer, wash it off, go do the next step. Okay. So that works well for my skin. That doesn't work well for everybody's skin. But I do know that they do those types of things at like med spas. And of course, there's a hefty price tag with it, but they do that stuff there. And I'm like, I wonder if that would work the same as ours. And I've heard some of my other girlfriends talking, and they have said that with their particular skin, that it's worked really well too. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that as well. So I did that. However, caveat, if you're going to do multiple exfoliation, you actually want to do multiple moisturization steps when you do that, right? Because I would always think like, why would you ever use more than one moisturizer? Like, what's the point? But if you're going to do multiple exfoliation steps, you're going to do multiple moisturization steps as well. Okay, so I'm sharing this because the same thing applies with your moisturizers, just like your serums. You put it in order of thinnest to thickest. Okay, and so in that case, I really love, I'm just actually realizing that I don't have it right here with me, but that's okay. I really love to do my naturally nourishing oil first. Comes in a bottle about like this, a little bit bigger, and it's clear. Actually, definitely, yeah, it's a little bit definitely bigger than this, but it's clear. And that has in like sweet almond oil and some different things. And you think like, oh my gosh, you're oily. Why would you put that on your skin? I don't know, other than somebody, it was recommended to one of my girlfriends, her daughter had really bad acne and was using our Clear Proof set, which is our acne line. And her girlfriend, who's also a Mary Kay consultant, but is also an esthetician, had said to this particular mama, the Mary Kay consultant had said, hey, why don't you try using the naturally oil? And I think that'll really benefit your daughter. And the mom was like, she's acne prone. She's oily. Like, why would I put an oil on her face when we're trying to clear up acne, right? And she's like, just trust me. Just trust me. So she did. And it worked amazing. And I'm like, well, if it works for, for oily and acne, because what they were finding was Clear Proof was drying out her skin. So they just need a little extra moisture boost to be able to help her skin with that. And so that's what that provided. So I'm like, I'm going to try that too. So I started using our naturally oil. Smells amazing. I wish you guys, if you guys could smell it through the computer, I would like go grab one to have you smell it. It smells amazing. Amazing. So the naturally oil. So that is the thinnest one. I will put that on first. And then I will do, because I can't use our Repair night cream because it has retinol in, it's a time release retinol. I use our 3D, normally I use Repair, which is our top of the line skincare that we have. Absolutely love it, love it. But I use our 3D night cream because it doesn't have retinol in. And so I'll use that next, and then I'll finish up with a supplemental moisturizer. So I usually do like intense moisturizing cream throughout the winter time, and then oil-free hydrating gel, maybe throughout the summertime it's a little bit lighter. But I use a couple different moisturizers, and I cannot tell you the difference that it has made with my skin. And I know we're not talking about that today. We're talking about order of application. But sometimes you're going to think outside the box, and sometimes you think, why would I ever do that? But it makes such a difference. So just know that order of application, just to kind of recap really quick. Oh, and then you would do your eye products, right? And you can throw your eye products really in at any point after your cleanse. But basically anything that you're done washing off, so like your exfoliation, you're going to wash off, your masks, you're going to wash off. Once you're done with those steps, then you can really put your eye products on at any point. Just make sure you're not getting your face moisturizer like around your eye area, because your eye area is very different and a very different thinness of skin, or thickness of skin, I should say. It's very thin versus thicker. And so you want to make sure that you're not getting the other products in your eye area, because sometimes you create your own problems with that. So for plumpness and puffiness and all that good stuff, not in a good way. So to recap, you want to remove makeup, eye makeup, foundation, whatever. Then you're going to cleanse and tone. If you do have an extra toner, you're going to exfoliate if it's your night to exfoliate. You're going to do a mask if it's your night to mask. You're going to do your boosters. You're going to do your serums in order of thinnest to your thickest. You're going to moisturize if you have more than one moisturizer. You're going to moisturize in order from your thinnest to your thickest. And you can throw your eye care in there and lip care at any point after you are done removing your cleanser, your exfoliator, or your masks at that point for the particular process of doing your skincare. So, all right, just want to put all that in perspective. I hope that is helpful and at least gives you a great crash course as far as like, you know, how do I use my things and what does that look like? And maybe I want to add in, you know, another cleanser or well, you could do another cleanser, you could do your micellar water, but maybe you want to add in another serum or a booster or another mask, and like, what, you know, how does that work? Where am I putting it in? So there you go. And I will tell you that we have this amazing new app. It's free. Just go to your app store, your Google Play Store, whatever. It's called the Skin Analyzer app. It's by Mary Kay. It's free. And download that. And it's really easy and simple to use. You're just going to put, are you male or female? What type of skin type do you have? And then it's going to bring up on your screen, on your phone, it's going to bring up like an oval with crosshairs in it. And you're going to line it up vertically and horizontally. And when you have to have good lighting too. And when you do that, this in through here is red. It's going to turn green. It's going to take a really quick snapshot of your face. You don't want to smile, and you have to have a bare face, nothing on. You did cleanser, that's it. You literally, it's a mugshot, right? And you just kind of sit there and it takes a picture. And what it does is it analyzes not only the stuff that you're seeing now, but the stuff under your skin that you're not seeing yet. And so it has, and that's why I started doing some of that multi-masking, multi-moisturizing, and what a difference it has made for my skin. So comment below. Let me know if you've tried the Skin Analyzer app. I know I've been talking to everybody about it who will listen because it has made such a big difference for my skin. Yes, I'm using a little bit more products for sure, but wow, what a difference. And what it does is it customizes the product specifically for you. So that way you're like, hey, that serum C&E, like, I don't know, I've kind of been reading about it. It looks cool. Like, should I use it? Is it for me? And it will bring up on your list if it's for your skin or not. Now, there are some products that I do use the naturally oil, which is not recommended necessarily on there because I'm already using another one of our skincare lines, but it does have on there some of the other moisturizers that I was showing you. It does recommend those in addition to what I am already doing for my moisturizers. I just really like the nourishing oil, and so that's one thing that I choose to add in that I feel still makes a big difference, even if it's not recommended for me. And quite honestly, I use the repair line, and it's like, no, you don't need the repair line yet. I'm like, but if there's good and there's great, I want the great. I don't want the good, right? So this is the great. So there are a lot of parts that I do use with the repair line, and I really, really do like that as well too. So you'll find that, you know, you don't have to go backwards with your skincare. You can still use, if you're using the repair and it only recommended a 3D, it's probably because you look younger than what you are. And so that's a good thing. We want to keep that, but you don't have to necessarily downgrade or backtrack to be able to do that, right? Just keep using what you're using. And it gives you some ideas, though, to add in some new things that maybe you weren't sure if it was for you or not, and maybe you weren't sure, how it worked or whatever. So there's kind of your crash course. So hopefully that was helpful. Comment below. Let me know what was something new that you learned today. Let me know if this was helpful, and try the Skin Analyzer app. Let me know if you have tried that, or and also what it has said for you. You can actually share the results. I won't see the picture. That doesn't go anywhere. That's just your business. But if you share the results at the bottom, it will, and you have to email it. It's too big to text. But you can email that to my email, which is kmiller17028@gmail.com. Let me see if I can put that on here real quick. And, okay, there you go. kmiller17028@gmail.com. You can just do it a quick screenshot so you have my email if you don't already. But you can share those results with me, and I can see the list of products that I recommended for you, and then you can let me know if there's some things that you wanted to try, sample, whatever. So, all right, guys, there you go. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys a little bit later.